I just wanted to introduce you to everybody on my channel. I don't think we really ever had a proper introduction. I would take some of your video, you gave me permission to repurpose some of your video because I wanted to show people what you were doing in Florida. I feel like we haven't been well represented in Florida, and you know, I seen your videos, I just seen the quality of the work. Honestly, I feel the quality of your work, it's second to none. What the guys are doing out there, I mean, in Florida, you got to be shaking things up a bunch right now, because I don't think the other guys, I don't even think on their best day they can match your quality.
Everybody's always asking me, who's your competition? It's not even about competition. I bring out quality and I bring out results every day.
It's amazing, man, and it shows. It shows. I seen some of your video, and I connected to it right away. One, the quality. I also like the way you shoot your channel. I like how your boots on the ground, you're in the trenches. I really like that, man. I really like that. It kind of takes me back. I used to do more of it. Because of you, I'm doing more of it this year now, because I was doing so much, as far as getting the footage and then doing voiceover. I'm like, man, I love that boots on the ground. So I enjoy watching your videos. I mean, I really do. I look forward to them. And again, when I compare it to the work that the other guys are doing in Florida, there's no comparison. You're at the top, man. You're at the top. You don't have, like you said, you have no competition. I'm sure you're booked way out. I mean, that's got to be really hard. When you're that good, when you're the best at what you do in Orlando, Florida, I mean, you're going to be booked way out, and that's what that looks like. But people also have to realize they got to be patient. If they want a guy who's the very best, then there's going to be a wait for a guy like that.
And I have great people that, I've been fortunate enough to have clients that, they've waited. I've had clients wait about a month or two, but I communicate with my clients. Once you're my client, I communicate with you. I talk to you. I walk you through the whole process. If these people ever sell their homes, one of the things I always get told from people is, I don't know where this drainage is. We give you a detailed blueprint. So if you ever sell your home, you can give the new homeowner the blueprint of where everything is, so they can contact me and I walk them through the process too.
That is a fantastic part of your service too. When you told me how you were presenting your drainage systems, and people, they don't realize that takes time. You're going out doing estimates on the weekend. Now you got to come home. You basically have homework, so you're not able to sit with the family like you would like as much, because now you're sitting there mapping out these systems. No, I admire what you're doing. I mean, I hope there's a lot of young guys listening. I don't care if you're in Ohio. I don't care, where you are doing drainage, Kentucky, Tennessee. I mean, to be the best at what you're doing, you got to communicate well with the customers. You got to use good products. And what you just mentioned, those little details are huge.
And with your materials, I mean, it's made it, people don't understand. I have a lot of people. I drive with your materials everywhere I go. Anywhere I go, I do a show for people and I show them the materials in person, because, I mean, you got to feel this material in person. And it makes it so much easier, because these guys are rushing through these projects and they're trying to go in and out quick to make this money. And they're spending $200 to $300 on, on the materials. And they're not giving you that quality either. They're just trenching through there in and out in a day, and they're not paying attention to all the detail, the slope, what's around. Because people talking about 811, I call 811, and today they said there was no markings in this one area. And, you got to slow dig. You got to know what you're doing.
Absolutely, absolutely. And what you mentioned is key. I see guys charging what you and I charge, and we're using the very best materials that we could possibly use. But they're going to Home Depot and they're using a lot of cheap materials, and they're still charging the customer the same amount. And you and I both know that's just unfair. The homeowner worked hard for their money, so what we want to give them in return is the highest quality drainage system that we could possibly give them. I mean, that's where I'm at. When I make a part, for one, the industry's lacking. This industry's for whatever reason, this industry's always been the one that suffered. We haven't really progressed. I've seen it decades and decades in the industry, and we're trying to make do. Parts that really don't do what we're using them for, but there's nothing there for us. And that's kind of what motivated me to start making some quality parts too. Get a better pop-up, just like a gutter adapter. Our vented cleanout, it's perfect. It answers all the questions for that, right? A gutter adapter, a cleanout, and if you want, it'll filter leaves, all in one part, no tools required.
I love it. I mean, they don't got to worry about nothing. The client, I walked them through how to clean how to clean the whole system. I mean, to put your system down in the ground, because guys nowadays are buying the same quality, but they're not putting in the time and effort to put it in the right way.
Yeah, you got them all beat, brother. You got them all beat. I mean, I want people to know that you're in Orlando, Florida, and you probably do some of the surrounding areas as well, I would imagine. But, you're based out of Orlando, Florida. I don't know why anybody would hire anybody but you for that location. I mean, you're doing a better job. You're using better materials. I know that for a fact. I see what you're ordering on a monthly basis, and I see the videos too. I see what you're putting in. You're not cutting any corners.
There's no reason to it. If I'm going to charge you this amount of money, it's for peace of mind. It's for you not to ever have to worry about this system, for you to come home and not have to worry about there's a storm coming. My clients, nobody ever has to worry about that. All my clients are perfectly happy with everything. I keep contacting them and make sure that everything's going great, because I don't want to be here just for today and tomorrow. I'm trying to make sure that, we're the next bright view of drainage services out here.
No, that's awesome. I wanted to be a part of it. That's why I initially reached out to you. I seen that you had ordered some of our products. I talked to my office manager and I said, let me see what he's ordering. I'm like, man, we got to hook this guy up, man. He's the real deal. Like, I want to be a part of what he's doing, down there in Florida. I mean, whatever you need, I don't know how many months you and I have been actually talking, but as you know, I'll make myself available. We'll get you what we have to get you. I mean, that's what I'm trying to do, man. That's what I'm trying to do. I want our contractor loyalty program to be where I'm available to you guys, and I'm listening too. I'm listening. What you guys tell me, I mean, I take it to heart. I'll make little changes. I mean, there were a few requests. There were a couple little things guys wanted me to do. Just like our vented cleanout leaf filter. Guys wanted the tops to stay on a little bit better. So we went ahead and made the clips a little bit larger. I spend a lot of money to go into a piece of tooling to retool it so that I can answer the bell, man. The guys called, they call me up. They say, hey, man, the tops, they come on and off a little too easy. All right, no problem. We'll go back into the tooling. I mean, like I said, that's expensive, but it means everything for me to get it perfect. So you guys, your feedback is huge, what you guys tell me. I mean, I take it to heart. And look, I know what it was like when I had to rely on a handful of drainage supply companies, when I was coming up in the industry. And I didn't have support, and they didn't want to hear it. Like you told me, hey, we need the couplers to stay on better, And you were right, we knew that. And we started doing fasteners. And now they hold really good. You can hook the pipe up and and the fasteners are really strong, Because I'm from the Motor City pretty much, we know that I'd say 80% of a car these days is held together with fasteners. So it is really strong. So that's how we came up with that, because here in the Motor City, we know how to manufacture, we know how to build tooling to manufacture, and we got a lot of that down.
I don't know if you remember back in the day, you go to a barber. That barber wants to get your business, right? So that barber is going to take care of you, do the full on shave on you, the hot towel, the massage, everything. You keep going to that barber, okay? Eventually he stops doing one thing and stops doing another because he has you already. You're his client, Me, when I went to your materials, I bought the materials, I tested it out. And I got tired of going to Home Depot and digging through every Home Depot and Lowe's to find the right pipe, because I didn't just buy any pipe. I would go in there and try to find the pipe that had the best inlet. With you, I'm literally not having to worry about that. Your deliveries get here on time. I'm ready and ready to go. I don't even have to go to Home Depot anymore to get any fittings or anything. The whole drainage kit is from you, and I mean, it's wonderful. I never have issues with any of it.
You know, we're getting it perfected. You know, didn't happen overnight. You know, contractors now, like you're buying either a half semi or a full semi. We get your order in. I mean, you see how nice that is when that truck pulls up and you have all that drainage product. It's going to take care of you for, you know, maybe the next 6 weeks, right? So, no, that's what we want. Convenience. Obviously, we want to save you money. I mean, that's, you know, big. And that's where the contractors, they don't realize if they just reach out to us and say, hey, can we get quoted a contractor truck? Man, like I just had a contractor put in a nice order, full semi. He bought $24,000 worth of product. But I'm telling you right now, Sam, there's $50,000 in product in that truck. So he saved, you know, by 50% buying it that way. You see now that you're buying pop-ups and, you know, the leaf filters and the pipe, and we put it all in, send it to you. You see the difference. You see the difference when you buy like that.
What I like about your company is you guys actually make us feel like contractors, not like, you know, he's better than him or he's better. You talk to everybody and you try to get everybody on board, and I like that.
Man, we are much stronger in numbers. We are much stronger in numbers, and that's that. And we're all allies in this. I come from the trenches, man, and I'm still in the trenches with the guys as I video them. Yeah, I'm not on the shovel like I used to be, but hey, man, my knuckles were dragging on the ground for decades, and I know what that's like. So anyway, I can make your job easier. You know, like you describe all the parts that we make as plug and play. You know, you could just, the hardest part is the excavation.
Your fabric. I mean, these guys talk so bad about fabric. Every system, if anybody looks at my YouTube, everything has fabric on clay soil, pure clay soil.
Yeah, it's ripping, man. I love the footage in the rain. I love when you've caught a few of your systems in some really good downpours, man. And
I'm just tired of the trash. You know, people are just down talking, and you know, I want to show that. Listen, this stuff works. This stuff works, and there's nothing else to it.
I'm hoping that the guys are talking trash. I'm hoping that everybody's open to a conversation. I understand why they've had, you know, some bad experiences with fabric, because as you know, you have to set fabric up to succeed. And if you don't do a few things right, you can easily set fabric up to fail. And I could see where a contractor would have a bad experience with fabric based on install. Like you mentioned to me, you said, hey, I bought some fabric from Ewing, you know, because you needed it.
And I had to change a whole project because of it, because the fabric wasn't taking in the water fast enough.
And that's what guys don't get. There's hundreds and hundreds of fabrics out there. And, you know, so yeah, I went through all that too. So when the guys are bad-mouthing fabric, I'm like, look, man, I'm over here telling you, we got a double punched, you know, beautiful fabric. You're using it with great results. We're using it with great results. And it's like, look, there's hundreds of fabrics out there. You do have to have the right fabric.
I've even left you shocked when we've talked about distribution boxes. They're pure dry. I could go to any of my distribution boxes right now and they're all dry.
That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool that you can do that.
If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. It supports the channel. If you have any questions about yard drainage, leave them in the comments section. I'm your host, Robert Sherwood, and until the next video.